Moneo. Moneo.
About me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world.
Hey, what's up and hello guys, it's Anna, and today's video is going to be about my tummy tuck journey at 17 years old. I'm going to be telling you guys about why I did it, how it went, and the good, the bad, and the ugly of the experience, and yeah. So my journey actually started March 2020, whenever the entire world shut down. Obviously we all had a lot of time to focus on ourselves and learn things about ourselves. Some people took up new hobbies. Personally, I started at the gym. During that whole period, I had lost around 50 pounds from working out and being in a caloric deficit. And I was happy and I was like, reaching my goals. But for some reason, I just had this pouch at the front of my stomach that no matter how much weight I lost, it would not disappear. So after doing some research, I found out that it wasn't fat, it was actually excess skin. And that was really frustrating because obviously you cannot work out and lose skin. Skin can either stretch or shrink, and that much excess skin cannot shrink. I'll insert a photo of what it looks like right here. But yeah, that was super frustrating for me to find out that I put in all this hard work and I can't even enjoy my results as other people would. So after doing some research, I found out about this thing called a tummy tuck. Now obviously at this time I was 17 years old, so that sounded like a far out thing for me. But I went and I sat my parents down and I was like, listen, this is something I've been thinking about, can I have it? And obviously they said no.
They ask you how you are, and you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it.
Then I was devastated because I had put in all this hard work, but then I felt like I couldn't even enjoy it. So about 2 weeks later, I decided I was going to ask my parents again, but this time I brought facts. Like, your girl put together an entire presentation, and finally they sat there and they thought about it and they were like, okay. I still think you're a little young, but if this is what you really want to do and you're certain that you're sure about this literally permanent decision, then we're not going to stop you. So I called around a whole bunch of places, I looked at reviews, photos, I joined Facebook pages, and I finally settled upon adominoplasty surgery in Miami, Florida. If you want a more in-depth review about this institution, make sure to leave a comment down below. In the future, I will film a more in-depth video rating them. But that's where I ended up. I called them around like December of 2020 and scheduled my appointment for July 22nd, which left 7 months of preparation and thought. So in case anybody was wondering, yes, I really thought about this. Again, from December to July, that's 7 months. So I did think about it. It was not a spontaneous decision, but I had a lot of anxious energy because that's 7 months of you realizing that you're gonna go under the knife for a surgery. So I decided to put my anxious energy into finding supplies and preparations for the surgery, and I found a lot of weird things. I literally went on Facebook and Instagram and Google and everywhere and just scoured the internet for random things that you would need, and the things that came up are things that I never thought that anybody would need. Like literally puppy pads is on the list. So that's another video. If you guys want to know all the things I got in preparation for the surgery, I can make a separate video for that. Let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, after the 7 months was up, it was finally time for my surgery. So my mom and I headed down to Miami, and I was so scared. Like, it really clicked that I was about to be like unconscious. I don't know if that's technically correct. It really clicked that I was about to be under anesthesia, and that was terrifying to me. My mom calmed me down. She was like, see all this hard work you put in, and you made this decision, so obviously something you want. And she brought back up my points from my PowerPoint, and then I was good. Nervous, but I was good. The surgery went well. There was literally no pain, which I'm still surprised about. Like, honestly, getting my brows waxed hurts way more than that entire process, which still blows my mind to this day because it's literally a hip-to-hip incision, and like, I was chilling. That's crazy to me. So day 1 after the surgery, I was a little sore, but no actual pain. I was pretty out of it, and my mom would wake me up like to take my medicine and to make sure that I ate, and that's pretty much how the first week went. Another thing to mention is they say you should stand up straight or try to stand up straight within the first few weeks. I stood up straight the first day. Literally, I was getting in the car to leave, and they were like, over the next few days or weeks, like, just make sure you stand up straight so your back doesn't hurt. And I like immediately stood up straight, and they were like, oh, that works too, which was pretty great. So didn't have back problems like other people complain. So if you don't want your back to hurt, stand up straight as fast as you can. So the first week was just pretty much taking medicine and staying on top of things. Then week 2 is when they tell you to ambulate or walk around so you can get your blood flow, making sure everything is flowing correctly. You don't want any blood clots or anything because that would be really bad. But yeah, week 2 is just moving around and like getting back into the swing of things slowly. Then week 3, I was really trying to make sure that I was moving around and getting stuff done because I started college the week after, which is still crazy to me because like 2 months ago I was literally on a bed having this surgery, but now look at me, like I'm going to college every day, walking around. That's insane. Which goes to show the surgery is not as big of a deal as people can make it seem. It is a life-changing decision, and it's a big decision, but it's not as scary as people make it seem. But week 3, I was walking around, you know, weaning off my pain medicine. I believe I was off my pain medicine by week 3 and just getting back to the normal things. And then the end of week 4 is when I had to make my trip. I think it was a 12-hour drive to my college. And you know, we moved in and all that. I made sure not to lift anything heavy, so that was a great excuse to not have to do any of the work to move in. But we moved in and I started classes 2 days later, and I walk around a lot and I'm doing pretty good. And even like this week, which it is 2 months post-op, but this week I started going back to the gym every day regularly, which is really exciting because I literally love the gym. It's like a second home for me. So it's really great to be back to that, and yeah. So that was my experience. I'll be showing you guys before and after photos right here. So if you're thinking about getting the surgery, I say you do it. You only live once, and if it's gonna make you healthier and happier, then why not? Like, it's a big step, but it's a great step. I don't regret it. It's like the best and biggest decision I've ever had to make in my life. Again, I'm only 18 right now, so I mean, but it's the best decision I've ever made. I don't regret it. I do it 10 times over. And if you're thinking about it, I say do it. Do your research for sure, because I've seen some not so good results. Also, around week 3, my incision, the one under my belly button, started to reopen, which was absolutely terrifying. But you know, again, we're here in September now, the end of September, and we're good. But it was terrifying then. I'm gonna make a whole separate video about that, because that was just like the worst thing that could happen. I was starting school. My parents had already told me that I had scheduled it too close to school, and then that happened, and then it was just putting so much stress on everybody. It was this huge mess, but we're good now in September. I can make a whole other video about that if you guys want. Make sure to leave a comment down below. But again, September, we're good now. Everything's back on track. I would talk about it now, but I want this video to be clear and concise, not some 40-minute video of information that's not necessarily what everybody wants to know. So I'll separate it into multiple videos. For anybody who's interested in that particular video, you can wait for that, or you can watch all of them, which would be very, very, very appreciated by me. But yeah. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments down below. Please make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!